everyone, it's Katie. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going over the books that I plan to read during the month of April with you, and we're also going to choose some together. For the month of April, I am going to try and focus on reading just books that I actually already own and already have on my unread shelves behind me for two reasons. One, it's April. It's my favorite month. It's my birthday month. And I just thought it would be fun to kind of focus on maybe books that I've gotten as gifts already, or just books that are on my own shelves. And the second reason is because our public libraries are still closed, and I still have a couple library books out that I snagged before we closed all our branches, but I thought I might save those because we don't know how long we're going to be away from the library. So that is part of the reason why I thought it would be fun to do a unread shelf month for April. A couple of books that I do have to read are actually ARC copies. So they're books that I want to read that I have gotten from publishers that I have to have completed this month because they are coming out. The first of those books is Moments of Glad Grace by Alison Wearing. So this is an ARC that I received from ECW Press, and this book actually comes out very soon on April the 7th, so the clock is ticking on the time that I have to read this and review it before it releases. So it'll be the first book that I read this month, and it is a nonfiction memoir. It's a moving and witty memoir of aging, familial love, and the hunt for roots and belonging. The story begins as a trip from Canada to Ireland in search of genealogical data and documents. Joe, who is in his 80s and he has been diagnosed with Parkinson's, he invites his daughter, Alison, who's the author, to Ireland, where they go and they do some genealogical research about their family. And I think that Alison kind of ends up learning some family secrets, some information about her family and her roots that she didn't know, and has written it into like a narrative memoir. So I'm looking forward to reading this. I do love memoirs. I often will listen to them on audio, but I am looking forward to reading the print copy of this, and then I will be reviewing it for you on both my Instagram and my blog, which the links are down in my bio for that. If you want to check out the review by April 7th, I should have it up and ready. The next book that is an advanced reader's copy that I would like to read before it releases is called The Imperfects by Amy Meyerson. This book comes out on May the 5th, and I have received a digital copy of it from NetGalley. So thank you to NetGalley and the publisher for giving me a digital copy. I really loved Amy Meyerson's first book, The Bookshop of Yesterdays, and I gave it a 5 stars. Like, it was a great read. So I'm looking forward to reading her follow-up title. It's about a family and an inheritance. I don't actually know a ton about it because I didn't really need to learn a ton about it because I knew the author and I just knew that I wanted to read it. So I'm looking forward to checking that book out. Now, there are 2 books that I plan to read this month that are books from my unread shelf that I actually had hoped to read during the month of March and I never got to. So the first one of those is Love, Anthony by Lisa Genova. I really enjoy Lisa Genova as an author, but I have not read Love, Anthony yet, even though I own it, so it is top of my list. I honestly don't even know too much about Love, Anthony. It was just like, I love this author, I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to read it. But it says that Olivia Donatelli's dream of a normal life shattered when her son Anthony was diagnosed with autism at age 3. Understanding the world from his perspective felt bewildering, nearly impossible. And I think it's kind of about their life and how the mother copes and her stories with her son. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to reading that book, and I will read it this month, I promise. The other book, which surprisingly I actually did not read in the month of March, even though I was so excited for it, was Wild at Heart by K.A. Tucker. This is a follow-up to The Simple Wild, and it is a romance. It features Callie and Jonah and Alaska and the wilderness and the wild, and I think that's all you really need to know. This has been getting so much buzz on Instagram, and I've seen it all over, like just all over, and I am very, very excited to read it, and I will read it, I promise, as well. So that's that's only 4 books. And the total books that I would like to read this month is 8. So I've been averaging about 6 or 7 books a month in my reading. I'm at like 21 books read, and it's the end of March. But I'm going to up that to 8 books for the month of April. And that's mainly because I am at home. We are self-isolating. I have very limited social plans, and I'm hoping that that will boost the amount of reading that I get done. Right now, I am working from home. The public libraries are closed, and they just announced actually in Ontario that the schools will be staying closed until early May. So I would anticipate that the libraries will be following a very similar timeline. But anyway, I just hope to get lots of reading done. In order to pick those last 4 books from my unread shelf, we're going to use my unread shelf jar. Now, wait for this. I made this jar in January of 2019. So, not January 2020, January of 2019. And I have consistently added to it with all the books that I have bought since that point. But I have never pulled one out. And that's going to change this month. So, what we're going to find in here, hopefully, are some slips of books that I have read, because I have read off of my shelf in the last year and 3 months. I just have not taken the slips out of the jar. So, let's find out what book number 1 is going to be. I'm trying to shake it, but you can see it's very full. So, we're going to reach in here, and I'm going to pull just one slip. And it is, the 10th Circle. I believe that is a Jodi Picoult book. So I'm going to grab that. All right. So one of the books that I will be reading in the month of April is The 10th Circle by Jodi Picoult. Now, Jodi Picoult is just an auto-buy author for me, and I have worked really hard to collect all of her books. I'm only missing 2, but it means I really don't know what maybe they're about necessarily. So this says 14-year-old Trixie Stone is in love for the first time. She's also the light of her father Daniel's life, a straight-A student. That is until her world is turned upside down with a single act of violence. With The 10th Circle, Jodi Picoult offers her most powerful chronicle yet as she explores the unbreakable bond between parent and child. So, sounds good. I'm going to read it, and I'm going to have another Jodi Picoult book under my belt. So, let's see what the next book is going to be. All right. The Mother-in-Law by Sally Hepworth. This is actually a more recent book, and I believe it is a domestic thriller, and I am excited for this one. It says, from the moment Lucy met her husband's mother, she knew she wasn't the wife Diana had envisioned for her perfect son. That was 5 years ago. Now Diana is dead. Oh boy. So, let's see. Oh my gosh. I want to pick a good one. Oh. I switched up the paper, so I know that this is a newer one because it's a thicker paper. Fragments of the Lost. That is one that I just put in. That's a Megan Miranda book. Let me grab that. Fragments of the Lost. I still have the Target sticker on there, even though I got this at Book Outlet just a couple weeks ago. If any of you watched my Book Outlet haul on Instagram. If you haven't and you'd like to check it out, I will link that down below. And I cannot get the sticker off, so we're just going to leave that for right now. Fragments of the Lost. Again, I know very little about it other than I believe it's a thriller and I believe it's YA, but I really enjoy Megan Miranda most of the time. Sometimes she can be way off the mark in her books, but I'm hoping that this will be one of her good ones. Jessie Whitworth knew she didn't belong in her ex-boyfriend Caleb's room, but she couldn't deny that she was everywhere, in his photos, his neatly folded t-shirts, even the dragonfly necklace in his jeans pocket, the one she gave him for safekeeping on that day. Each fragment of his life reveals a new clue that propels Jessa to search for the truth about Caleb's accident. What really happened on the storm-swept bridge. So, another thriller. All right, we got one more to pick. to get like a good one here. Oh, here. This is it. This is the one. Oh no, I grabbed two. We'll go with this. Keeping Faith. Oh, that's a second Jodi Picoult. I generally don't read books by like an author back to back, and 2 Jodi Picoult in 1 month seems a little bit heavy. So I think I'm gonna redraw, if that's okay. I mean, it's my unread project, right? So I can make the rules. So let's try that again. Okay. Ooh, The Immortalists by Chloe Benjamin. I'm holding this up as if it's the book. The Immortalists by Chloe Benjamin. I think this is kind of like a time travel? No. But the idea that like if you know what day you're going to die, how would you live your life differently? I think that's the premise. It's 1969 in New York City's Lower East Side, and word has spread of the arrival of a mystical woman, a traveling psychic, claims to be able to tell anyone the day they will die. The Gold Children, 4 adolescents on the cusp of self-awareness, sneak out to hear their fortunes. So I'm looking forward to reading this. It's been on my shelf for a long time, probably since it came out, and April is the month. That's 8 books that I plan and hope to read during the month of April, and it is my birthday month, so I'm just looking forward to a happy month of reading. It's spring. There's many reasons why I love April, but I'm looking forward to doing lots and lots of reading. I hope that you have an exciting reading month planned. Feel free to share what's on your TBR for the month with me. Are we reading any of the same books? And let me know, because I just love to know what people are reading. Again, if you're liking my channel and liking my content, please let me know. Hit that subscribe button. I don't know which side it's on. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know that I'm doing a good job. And we'll see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.